I'm so glad trouble don't last always. We finally got a win. Listen, let's talk about it. CNT talking Tigers. Let's enter into the Tiger.
This is CNT Talking Tigers. We're talking Auburn football. It's what we do. Welcome to the Tigers.
What is going on, everybody? This is CNT Talking Tigers. We're talking Auburn football. It's what we do. I'm Courtney. There's Toney, Milford, Darren. Listen, we thank you all so much for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday evening live on YouTube. Listen, you can follow us and subscribe to the channel CNT Talking Tigers on YouTube. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram, CNT Talking Tigers. As you can tell, we feel so much better because trouble don't last always. Woo! We finally won. We finally won. Praise God. Auburn beat Kentucky this past weekend, 24-10. And
like I said, they would.
Yeah. Toney called it. Toney called it. I called it too. No, hey, I called it too. I was a little off on the numbers, but I called it too. Toney, finally got a win. We got to talk about a loss this week. How you feeling, sir? How you feeling?
Feels good. It's always good to be an Auburn Tiger, but after a win, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger. We got back to our winning ways. We got back to playing Auburn football. And not so coincidentally, by doing that, we got back into the win column. So, like I said, it's not a coincidence, man. We got back to playing Auburn football, and in the midst of that, we got back in the win column. So that's a great thing, man. So I'm glad to be on that side of the ball this week instead of how we been the previous weeks, giving up 10 double-digit leads in the fourth quarters, and we ain't have to worry about that this time.
No double digit lead. Well, we was down 10-0 at one point, but we still fought our way back. There was a lot of good things. It wasn't too many bad things we saw. But I think we all just got to talk about the one person that was a standout in the whole game. That dog, Jarquez Hunter.
Shout out to Quez.
278 on the ground. Woo. 2 touchdowns. Quiz.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We were a one-man show, man. We needed. I've been saying it for weeks. You said it also, man. A lot of people say we should run the ball a little more. And I was saying, man, if we take the ball out of Peyton Thorne's hands, Jarquez could have, like, sometimes he finishes the game with 17 carries, 20 carries. Like, man, he could stand 10 more carries. He could stand 8 more carries, 5, 6 more carries, and that takes the ball out of Peyton Thorne's hands, Hank Brown, whoever. And we finally honed in on it after that first quarter. Even Hugh Freeze said we needed to run the ball, and by golly, by George, we did. Jarquez had 23 carries, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, as Courtney mentioned. That 278, the fourth most all-time on the ground in a single game in Auburn history. And in the midst of that 23 for 278, that put Jarquez 6th all-time in Auburn history with 3,033 yards as he currently sits. And he passed up some big-time names during that game against Kentucky. My man passed Brent Fullwood, Stephen Davis,
wow,
Tank Bigsby, wow, and Trey Mason to end up as
some major names.
Yeah, he passed up some big-time names in Auburn football history, some of the best running backs Auburn's ever produced. And as it currently sits, man, he's right outside the top 5, sitting at 6th all-time with 3,000 yards, 3,033 yards right now with a few games remaining. And, last year he gave Vandy 183. So, yeah, that was his previous high. Vandy last year when he gave him 183 up there in Nashville. And his previous high for carries was 20 this year. He set that this year. He forgot his first 20 carry game this year against New Mexico, which is a shame. Just imagine if we actually got this man the ball consistently, where he would be already. But yeah, man, the running game was it for us. It was everything Saturday. We ran it 50 times total for 326 yards. Of course, Jarquez did most of the heavy lifting. DeMario got in there. He got 9 carries for 38 yards. He ran hard. He ran hard when he got in there. He really did. Peyton, he was 20 for 26, which was great. 172 yards. We didn't need much from him. He did throw a pick early in the game. To JQ Hardaway, shout out to JQ Hardaway who got that pick. Remember, I told you it was 3 names from up there from up there where my mom's from. Caden Story, JQ Hardaway, and of course Cameron Dooley. Shout out to Dante and Nikki for making Cam Dooley. But yeah, JQ Hardaway got the pick. We were down 10-0. Wasn't looking, it was looking kind of bleak. We had to get started. And once we got started, man, we got the rolling. KLS, once again, was the man in the receiving game, 4 catches for 53 yards, and that touchdown. That was a beautiful touchdown that he caught, too. That was a nice touchdown, man. KLS is quietly putting together a heck of a season, man. He's right now sitting at 580 yards and 7 touchdowns, which is phenomenal. For an Auburn receiver, especially in his first year here, just getting down here, man. Wish we could have more of KLS, but we should really appreciate him and enjoy what he's bringing to us. His one season on the Plains, man. We'll be forever indebted to KLS, man. He's an Auburn Tiger to me. Yeah, we're forever grateful, man. He's the Auburn Tiger for me. We really dominated this game after the first quarter. We outgained Kentucky by 412 yards after the first quarter. 312 yards after the first quarter. We outgained them 452 to 140 after the first quarter. We finished with right at 500 yards offense. They had 224. We, like I said, paid 20 for 2,672 yards. We had 50 carries for 326. We had that one turnover. We were sacked 5 times. I didn't like that. Mark Stoops knows how to dial up a good defense, and they've got some players over there on that side of the ball for Kentucky. We were sacked 5 times. Once right before half, a real ill-advised sack that cost us 3 points. We could have won 27-10. Speaking of 3 points, because we didn't even get a chance to attempt that field goal. And then my boy Alex Mack, man, he is human. He missed the field goal.
It's okay.
No big deal. Big deal. He probably won't miss another one the rest of the year. He might not miss another one the rest of the time he there at Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. Because guys, Pounds have missed enough for a lifetime. But like I said, I'm true freshman, so I ain't gonna be too hard on him. But Alex Mack was a freshman All-American, so I ain't gonna talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're on the subject of kicking, shout out to Anders, who is the kicker for the 49ers now, I think. He's the kicker for the 49ers now. He's doing a really, really good job. I don't think Anderson missed a kick yet since coming on for them, man. So shout out to Anders. We dogged Anders enough when he was with the Packers.
Proud of Anders.
Anders is out there. He's rejuvenated and found himself. He is nailing those field goals. So shout out to Anders, Auburn alumni. Back to the game though. We did commit 6 penalties. Wasn't a lot, but it was 6 penalties, 49 yards, a pass interference, a hold here. Kentucky only committed half the penalties. They committed 3, but for just about the same amount of yards. They had 40 yards on 3 penalties, where we had 49 on 6. So not that bad. Defense. Can't talk enough. Man, that defense of ours is it's getting better and better every week, man. DJ Durkin, Charles Kelly, those guys on that side of the ball, man, they are doing a wonderful job with our defense. We held both quarterbacks combined for 12 for 27, 154 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks from both of those guys.
Defense that's out of this.
27 carries, 70 yards for the team
Defense
for
is
Kentucky as a
impressive.
whole. Jason Patterson was their leading rusher, right? Let's put this in perspective. He had 6 carries for 38 yards. Well, he had 23 yards on 1 carry. That means those other 5 carries went for 15 yards, 3 yards a pop. Our defense was locked in. We had 3 sacks. Shout out to QJT and I think Jalen McLeod had that other sack. And of course, Keldrick Falk, all he does is live in people's backfield. His 7th sack
A
on the
monster.
season. Yeah,
Monster.
he is just wreaking havoc. Part of Hugh Freeze's first recruiting class. So we're talking about guys in his sophomore season who's just progressing, getting better and better every week. So just
Tony,
imagine what he's going to
if
look.
he don't be first team SEC, they rob it. They rob Kildrick
Man,
Falk.
he will be, man. Because and
Yeah.
then just think about it. He still won't be. He'll be draft eligible next year. I think we might Keldrick's last season on the plane probably will be next year. Hugh
Yeah.
Freeze's first recruit class as juniors, followed up by Cam and them coming in as sophomores, man, got their feet wet. Man, just getting. I know I'm getting sidetracked out the game, but that future at Auburn is so bright, man. But yeah, defense did a bang up job, dude. But the key in that game, bro, was the third quarter. When we came out in the third quarter, we gave it to Quiz. Quiz gave it to Kentucky. We gave it to Quiz, and Quiz in turn turned around and gave it to Kentucky. Quiz had, on that opening drive of the third quarter where we went down and got 7, Quiz touched it 11 times. He had 10 carries and a catch. I think he had 9 carries in the first half. He had 10
Wow.
on the on the opening drive of the third quarter. I could be
Let him eat.
wrong. No, I think that was the week before. He might, but yeah, he had 10 carries. But I'm not. I saw.
Let
I
him
know.
eat.
I watched that. He had 10 carries and a catch on the opening drive of that third quarter, the second half, and that set the tone for the rest of the ball game. And they knew what they was in for. And I mean, he just wore him down, man. He leaned on him. He leaned on him, and then boom, he bust a 45, 50 yarder, broke it off. Man, it was a sight to see, man. He was the key, bro. He was the key. Shout out to Jay Crawford and Kane Lee for both getting picks. I wish Kane could have stayed. I wish he could have stayed in bounds, tiptoed that thing all the way back to the house. That would have been a sweet way to. That would have really been a sweet way to end it. But man, we really dominated, man, by running that ball, making short, second and mediums, second and manageable, third and shorts. We were 8 for 14 on third downs, where we are normally about we're probably about a 42% third down conversion team. But we see what happens when you run the ball, it makes it easier for everybody. 8 for 14 on third down, didn't have to worry about going for it on fourth down. Whereas Kentucky was they couldn't get a running game established, didn't do much. We had 27 first downs, we held them to 13, so we doubled that up. We were 8 for 14 on third down. They were 4 for 12. They were 0 for 1 on the one time they did go for it. So 4 for 13 on conversion downs. That'll get you a win when you hold teams to that. And on opposite side, you're staying on the field 8 for 14. So, keeping your defense off the field and keeping theirs on the field, that's a recipe for success, man. And that's what happened. We didn't ask Peyton to have to do too much other than get it to 27. 27 did the heavy lifting, and we got a win in convincing fashion after the third quarter. We looked like an Auburn team. I can jam with that. I can groove with that, man.
Peyton did just enough for us, and that Jacquez do the rest. I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. One mistake, of course, you mentioned the 5 sacks, and that may be not just him. That might be a more of an offensive line issue too. But man, yeah. But man, I'll take this effort. I mean, it was just effort all the way around, and they really looked like they was tired of losing, and you can just tell. and looked like they were. And I don't know if you got this feeling, but looked like they really played for Hugh Freeze on last Saturday. Considering that Hugh Freeze was sick, had to fly in the day of the game. Looked like they was really just playing for Hugh. They didn't want Hugh to lose, and they didn't want themselves to lose again. So I mean, incredible effort from the team. We harp on them when they do bad. We gotta get them praise when they do good things, and we saw a lot of good things this past Saturday against Kentucky.
You,
I did notice
you,
one
you
thing.
said- Go ahead, go ahead. Before I say this, I'm gonna say
I
this.
did notice
Go
one
ahead.
thing. You notice that we winning our games at night. Maybe they need to. Maybe they need to schedule us at night. Hey,
We
all
get to a
our
night
wins that
game.
came at 6 o'clock.
Facts. What
You know,
time
I
we play
said
Iron Bowl?
they need to schedule that as a 6 o'clock kickoff because we
Facts.
definitely do well at night. What
Hey,
are you about to say?
listen, you're such a news guy. You was like, oh man, they were out there trying to win it for you. Boy, you were trying to put a story together, with your boy. Golly. They want to
It's
do
in
the
my
man had the
blood, man.
sniffles, man. That man had the sniffle, man. He all right, man. That man ain't
It's
dying, man. Courtney,
yeah,
boy,
man.
you a news like, boy, you a news story. You a news guy, boy.
Man, I'm story.
You
You know
finna,
how story.
you
It's
finna,
solid
you
storytelling.
finna lead the story. But yeah, though, them boys put it together, man. I mean, it's easier for everybody to look more inspired and be more fired up when you're winning. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? After the first, like everybody comes out pumped at the beginning, but after you give so much and it doesn't come out. But they've been this is what we've been building upon, man. We've been right there all these other times, man. But we finally shut the door, closed the deal on the team on the road. I like that. I always like playing well, getting wins on the road, man. So that's a big plus for us. So
Yes,
hopefully
sir.
we can carry that momentum over to Saturday.
Yes, sir. We got a couple comments here. Cam said, "This is what happens when you get playmakers the ball." Enough said, "Absolutely. What facts on that."
Oh yeah.
Cam also said, "Did y'all hear about Antonio Kite?" Yeah, I heard. I heard the news earlier. I don't know if Tony heard it. He's no longer on the team due to, from what I saw, conduct wise is the reason why he's not no longer on the team anymore. So we did lose Antonio Kite.
Hey,
Unfortunate, but next man up, man.
hey man, up
Unfortunate.
dog.
Yeah,
He
it's very unfortunate.
can we bring that BS to the plane from where you came from?
Exactly. Ron said it's been a long time since we celebrated a SEC win, and it feels good. It feels war now eagle.
That's
Amen
right,
to
Ron.
that.
It does feel good.
Yes, sir. He said, I think Vandy is catching Auburn at the wrong time. If this game was in September, I would be a little worried. But with us having some momentum with a home crowd, Vandy might be in trouble. We're going to talk about Vandy in just a second. But I agree with you about Vandy on that. And last comment before we go into talking about Vandy. That's why they have us favored for real, for real.
Yeah,
True.
I agree with both of those guys. I agree with both of those guys.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about Vandy. We play them 11 o'clock kickoff. Again, I wish it was at night because we've been dominating at night. But I'll take the 11 o'clock kickoff. Vandy comes to Auburn. Two familiar faces are coming back to the Plains, and that's Jerry Kill and Diego Pavia. If you don't know those two names, I don't know what Rocky been living under. They originally came from New Mexico State. New Mexico State beat Auburn last year, and these two were the masterminds behind this. With that being said, Tony Hugh Freeze has lost to these two, or he's lost to Jerry Keel. I don't know about Diego Pavia 2 years straight. Will he turn it around this year?
Oh man. So Vandy's coming in 5-3.
Yeah.
Um, Vandy took Texas in their last game. They took Texas down to the end. They were down early. Uh, actually, they were up 7-0. Then Texas came up. Next thing you know, it was 24-10. And then Vandy got the roll. Vandy actually won the second half 14-6.
Mm-hmm.
Diego. Go, Diego, go. Boy, he went on us last year. And he was trying to hopefully he doesn't go on us again against Texas. We're just gonna use them as the last game. We'll talk about that. He was 16 for 29, which I think our defense is probably comparable to Texas. If you ask me, I like our defense. They held him to 143 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. He had 16 carries to go along with those 16 completions for 67 yards and another touchdown. So he is dangerous. Junior Sherrill, he caught 5 for 62 and a touchdown against Texas. Ain't really do much. Ain't really do much else, man. They were 3 for 12 on third down. They were 1 for 2 on fourth down. They only had 269 yards total offense, 155 in the air, 114 on the ground. They turned it over 3 times. But what I did find impressive, they did sack Texas 4 times, so that was impressive. A little worrisome for us. They forced 2 turnovers. Quinn Ewers threw 2 picks. Texas ran it pretty good. They ran, like 34 times, 104 yards on Vandy. So I know we can run the ball on. What I didn't like, now Vandy had 3 turnovers themselves, 2 interceptions and a pick. 2 picks and a fumble. But what I didn't like, that Texas didn't sack Vandy at all. And when Vandy played Bama, Bama didn't sack Texas. Bama didn't sack Vandy at all. So against the 2 biggest teams they could possibly play against, the 2 best teams that they could possibly play against on their schedule, Bama and Texas. Even in name, that's probably the 2 biggest schools, 2 of the biggest schools you could possibly play in the country, not alone in your conference and on your schedule. And they gave up 0 sacks in 2 games. It's very impressive. That's very worrisome for me. Vandy converts their third downs at a 49% clip. That's basically every other one they're gonna get. So we got to be wary of that. We got to slow that down. Not much of a running game to speak of. Cedric Alexander's their best running back. Well, as far as running back, he's got 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. But their leading rusher is actually Diego.
Yeah.
Diego's got like 540 yards, 4 touchdowns, something like that. He's 13-3 touchdown to interception ratio. He's thrown about 1,500 yards. So Diego doing his thing, man. These guys beat Virginia Tech earlier this year. Of course, we know the biggest win they had. They beat Bama. They just went down to Austin. They took Texas to the wire. But they did lose 2 games on the road. They're 1-2 on the road. Their only win on the road was at Kentucky. So at the time, looked more impressive than it probably is now. But at the time, that was an impressive win, especially for Vandy, on the road at Kentucky. But they lost at Georgia State, and they also lost at Missouri. Now, we lost at Missouri too, but it's more like we beat ourselves at Missouri.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for us. They might not be the same team on the road. And then I think they just played Texas. I'm not sure. I think they played. Were they in Nashville when they played Texas? Or
They was in Vandy. They was in Nashville when they played Texas.
They was in Nashville. That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. So they, at home, they're a monster. That's very apparent. They almost beat. They gave Texas. They was close to beating Texas. They beat Bama. They also beat Virginia Tech at home. First game of the season, they beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's true.
So, they got a dual threat quarterback who we know all too well. They got a decent receiver, Eli Storrs. He got like 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. I told you they're very efficient on third downs. They average about 32 points a game, give up about 23. But they don't get a lot of yards, 350 plus yards a game, not like 351, 352. Now, nothing to write home about. A little under 200 yards a game passing, but a little over 150 rushing. Not nothing that we hadn't seen before, not nothing we can't do nothing with. Now they're a little impressive they're a little impressive on the defensive side of the ball. They got like 18 sacks coming into this game. 18 sacks in about 8 games. That's a little over 2 sacks a game.
Yeah,
Nick
that's not
Rinaldi,
bad.
Nick Rinaldi and Courtney Sidor, they're the leading sack guys at 3 and 4 apiece, and they got 8 interceptions as a team. So that's basically, they get basically a pick a game. So Vandy, man, we're gonna have our hands full. There's no doubt about it. We got our hands full. But I mean, they got 18. I said that's impressive that they got 18 sacks, but we right there behind them with 17. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got 8 picks. I think we got like 6. Shout out to Kyle Lee. Just got his second pick of the season. Jake Crawford got his first of the season. So we got a lot of those young boys starting to show up. I think Crawford, he might have been from Harson's last class. I'm not sure if he was in Freeze's first class or not. He might have been. He might have been in Freeze's first class, or he might have been in Harson's last. Not sure, but he got his first pick. And we know Kyan was in a. Kyan was a Harson guy.
Kyan Lee was a Harson guy. Yeah, he flipped
Kyan
him.
was, or was
He
he?
flipped
Or
him.
was he?
He was a Harson guy. He flipped him. Kyan Lee was a Harson guy. Not Harson guy. He was a Freeze guy. I'm sorry, Freeze guy.
He was in that first class.
He flipped him from Ohio. Yeah, he flipped him from Ohio State. Yeah, I'm sorry.
From Ohio State, yeah. He was a Freeze guy. Yeah, he came in with Kelsey Park in that first class. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very much. Yeah. So, dude, it's gonna be a great game. I'm quite sure that, as per usual, Jordan Hare will be rocking because, especially coming off our first SEC win, coming off a win that we needed desperately, and we got it. So there's no reason for there to be any shortage on fans. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be tough. It is going to be a tough ball game. Never thought you'd hear the day where you be like Vandy in a tough ball game in football, not basketball, not baseball, but in football. So I like us. Dude, I like us. I like us 31. I like us 31-24. I like us. I like us 31. I want to say 31-21. But it might be more like 31-24. But I like 31-21. 31-24. Say somewhere over there between 7 and 10. I like that.
You trying to take my score? So I already had my score at the beginning of the week, 31-17. I think we win 31-17. All the stuff you said, and man, I just think I just think the guys from last year and Hugh Freeze, they don't want to have to lose to them two again. I think they pissed that it happened the first time, and we coming off a one. We coming off a win, man. I don't think they gonna. I really think they go be dominant in this game, because I think they want to shut up Diego Pavia, and they probably don't want Hugh Freeze to lose to Jerry Kill again. So that's why I'm saying 31-17. I think they gonna really be alert for this game. And so you probably are going to see them probably more alert for this game than probably any other game of the season. So I think they're gonna 31-17. That's my story. I'm gonna go on 31-17 off.
Hey, at least both of us got to win it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll take it. Ron said, any update on Vandy's quarterback health? I hadn't heard anything. You heard anything? Because when I know he
I ain't heard anything as of yet. Matter of fact, I can go check real quick.
Yeah, because that would make a difference. He said the spread jumped up to 7 points in favor of Auburn, but I don't know if I'm buying that right now. I'm gonna buy it. And see, I'm putting them up by 2 touchdowns. I think Tony froze on me. Yeah, Tony froze on me right now. You out. But when he come back, yeah, again, both of us saying Vandy take a L to Auburn. He's there you go. Okay,
Don't worry, he's playing.
he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They got some guys gonna be out, but he ain't gonna be one of them.
Ron said, I think we will have a slow start, but got us winning a close one. 2024 Auburn.
Hey, as long as you got us winning run, I can dig it.
Yeah. I'll take it. We'll take a win any day of the week. But I really do think they're gonna look very, very, very good this week. I just got.
We will look very, very, very good if we get that ball to 27.
Mm-hmm. Give it to 27. Give it to KLS. Give it to Cam Coleman. You'll be good.
I don't need that. I don't need that Vanderbilt hoodie to come back to home.
Right. And another reason why I wanted us to beat them, so we could say we was the only team in the state of Alabama to beat Vandy.
That's right. You want a job done, you know who to call. You
know. Another team can't say that. Oh man. Well, shoot, hey, that's it, you all. If y'all have any other comments, please share them. But this is what happens when we have a win. The show be quick, simple, and easy. We don't have to be going back and forth about what went wrong and have depression syndrome in this broadcast. This will happen when we have wins. This will be like again. Oh, I forgot to do this at the beginning. Shout out to Sports E Media, our partners. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, Sports E Media. Shout out to them. They're our partners, and we appreciate their partnership. Tony, you got anything else, sir?
Man, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Be safe out there tomorrow night with your kids and trick or treating, all that good stuff. Go vote.
Yes, please.
You go vote.
So important.
We're not telling you who to vote for, what to vote for. Just vote. As long as you vote, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, as long as you vote, and because one thing about it, they're not gonna cancel football season, so it'll be all right. Yeah. What Ryan say?
Let me pull it back up. PT won't throw any interceptions this game, buying or selling. I'm selling it. I think he'll throw. I think he might throw one.
I hope not. I'm gonna sell it. I don't think he'll throw that. I'm buying it. He won't throw that. I'm buying. He won't throw that. I'm buying.
Okay. I think he might throw one.
I don't think he'll throw. He threw one last week. Hopefully, he's what perplexed him in Kentucky won't be the same thing that violates his brain and on the plane. So
yeah,
that's why I say I hope not. Cause I'm selling. I'm buying that he won't because we're at home. Should be a lot more comfortable. Should be able to hear all the calls. You know what I'm saying? Everything should just be easier on the plane. So that's why I'm gonna ride with that one. Ride with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like again, thank y'all so much for taking out the time to watch and listen on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Feel good to have a win. Feel good to have a win.
Oh, winning Wednesdays, baby. Ain't nothing like it. The winning Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have fun with your kids, trick or treating, all that good stuff. And as always, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Eagle. Hey. Appreciate you all. We'll see y'all next week.
Man. Let's get us a win Saturday, man.
Yes, sir.